All right, cut the overly dramatic music. Paul Boudreau here, fresh off of my fight to win victory. I just wanted to take a few minutes and thank everyone for coming out and supporting Jiu Jitsu, Cap City BJJ out of the Academy of Brian Johnson. I'm currently just messing around with my new webcam that I got, so that's why you see the background. Yeah, things went. I really spent a lot of time thinking about the match in my head and how I wanted to come to a victory. And this was definitely how my game plan was strategized. Everyone knows about my leg lock game locally. They talked about it in the commentary. So I really just came up with a solid game plan in order to maximize my front headlock series that I've worked from the John Danaher system. And so I just want to say thanks to everyone, and I just want to take a couple of minutes and really just continue to promote our sport, the sport of Jiu Jitsu. And I have 4 reasons why I really think everyone should be practicing Jiu Jitsu. My first reason is that it truly is for everyone. Now that kind of sounds like a truism, like a tautology, but it really is, as a matter of fact, for people of all walks of life. I've seen grandmothers train jiu-jitsu. I've seen parents, doctors, lawyers, firefighters. I know electricians. I know construction workers, people of all walks of life. I think it truly has something to offer as far as flexibility, as far as cardiovascular training. It's really not simulated in any other form of training I've ever done. And I've done, a little bit of long distance running. I've done a lot of track and field and football, and I've done a lot of sports, and nothing has ever come close to my martial arts journey. And so I think you can really truly condition and push your body to new places. And I think that leads into my second point, which is dealing with adversity. On Wednesday, most of the people who know at practice, I really messed up my knee. I hurt it, and then I thought I was okay. And then I spent 2 days limping around. I was really self-conscious. I had to wrap it up. That's why you'll see, if you ever watch my video, that I have my knee wrap on. It's because I was in a lot of pain. It really hurt to plant and to pivot. And I think one of the best things about jiu-jitsu is that it'll really push you to overcome adversity. I think there's a lot of people in life who don't understand how difficult life is for most people out there. And jiu-jitsu is very grounding. It causes you to have to deal with injuries, has to deal with being uncomfortable. You have to become uncomfortable being uncomfortable, which is in and of itself a skill. And I think it's an important skill for everyone to have, and that is an absolute key as to why I think people should be practicing jiu-jitsu. Reason number 3 for me personally is the community. I wanted to thank everyone who was able to come out and support, who bought tickets. And I know a lot of people didn't show up because they have family events. I know this was a difficult weekend, but there are also other martial art events going on, and people out of my gym were being supportive of that. So I think that if you practice jiu-jitsu, you're going to come into a community that is very welcoming. I've had very few negative experiences with people who do jiu-jitsu. Not to say that everyone is a golden saint. There are certainly people out there in every activity, everything that you do, that are jerks that you don't want to deal with. But by and large, most of the people, my opponent included, shout out to Byron. He was, we were very friendly. We are friends. I look forward to continuing that friendship, and I'm friends with just about everyone whom I compete with, because at the end of the day, we're both doing something that we mutually love, and we're competitive, but we like to see others achieve as well. And I don't know that there's anything else out there where you can really go state to state, city by city, where jiu-jitsu is being practiced more now than it ever has been in probably the history of humanity. And so my 4th reason is obviously it provides you with a great form of self-defense and personal empowerment. So it's not going to save you in every single scenario. You should train all types of forms of martial arts in order to make sure that you can protect yourself and protect your loved ones. But jiu-jitsu provides one of the optimal forms of self-defense and personal empowerment. The first time you submit someone who is twice your size, it's one of the most addictive feelings that I've ever seen. It's something you want to do again. And being able to protect yourself And in order to help people in your family, if the need ever arises in today's world, it's really good to be able to protect yourself. It's dangerous sitting around waiting for someone to protect you at all times, and you shouldn't do that. You should really take the onus on yourself in order to have self-empowerment, to be able to go and protect yourself. And finally, at a minimum, you can buy some really awesome merch, wear really cool rash guards, and go out and see other people who live what you do. So if that's a fifth reason, so here's just in 5 minutes, 5 reasons why I think you should do jiu-jitsu. Those are them. I look forward to seeing you guys out on the mats, and I hope you keep tuning in. Thanks.